It's time for the Nebraska Men's Basketball Coaches Show.
Lawrence on the other end lays it up.
Shot blocked by Williams. Into the hands of Lawrence. The baseball pass and the jam. The jamola by Gary on the other end.
Puff Johnson dancing around. The step back, long three on the way. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Casey Tominaga. Tominaga, who is 0 for 2, has the ball. Throws it right side. Lawrence with a good look. Got it, got it, got it. 3 ball. Lawrence comes picking up where he left off at Indiana with his 26th three of the year. It's 12-9. Here comes Lawrence across the timeline, puts it on the floor off the screen to Mast, puts his man in jail, little hostage dribble, and a long three, good! It's Juwan Gary with the three, and that's 6 threes in the first half by Nebraska.
Now with Fred Hoiberg, here's your host, Jessica Coody.
And welcome into our Nebraska Men's Basketball Show. Big win to talk about as the Huskers pick up their 20th of the season. Joined by the head coach, Fred Hoiberg. Well, congratulations. That was quite the performance in front of a great atmosphere yet again.
Yeah, phenomenal crowd. I walked out of the locker room before the game, and I saw every single seat was filled. And that's such a great sign. They were electric right from the beginning. And, the ball was not going in the hoop for us early, but that crowd stayed behind us. And, one thing I was really pleased with, and it's becoming a trend for us, is we're giving great effort on the defensive end, regardless of what's happening offensively. And when you have a team that competes through those dry spells and continues to battle defensively, you're going to give yourself a chance most nights you step on the floor. So, we ran a really good play for Casey, first play of the game, and unfortunately missed the layup, which happens. And then Josiah misses the dunk on an alley-oop. Sam had one that sat in the rim for about 30 seconds and bounced out. We just had a lot of those types of plays early. Casey had a couple open looks from three, and the ball didn't go in. But we kept right there. It was pretty much even, and then we pulled away to have that 8-point lead at halftime. And then I thought the start of the second half is really was the difference of the game. And that's what Minnesota, when you look at their record and what they've done this season, they have, I think, only had leads at halftime in 2 games. But their second halves, they've been phenomenal, which happened to us in the first game. They absolutely drilled us in that second half up in Minneapolis in the first Big Ten game of the year. So the way our guys came out of the locker room and really set the tone, Rink got a 3-point play, and we got that thing up to 12 right away, forced them into a timeout, and then got it over 20. That's what you want to see out of your team, is to continue to compete and try to really keep a team down as you're going on your run.
73-55, the final over Minnesota. It was your 4th straight win by at least 15 points. Bryce Williams in the first half. Juwan Gary seemed like in the second half, but Bryce Williams to get things going for you guys offensively. How big was he to start?
Yeah, Bryce was great. He was phenomenal in the second half in Indiana as well. So, just Bryce is really getting used to that new role that we put him in. And, when we went with a bigger lineup with Juwan at the 3, you got Josiah back in there at the 4, Rink at the 5, you get great length from a guy like Bryce, and that helps you on the glass. We've been much better, as far as competing, rebounding, and Minnesota, that's where they got us in the first game. We turned it over, and they beat us up on the boards. So, Bryce, not only what he's doing offensively for us, but he has really taken pride in that role of taking the point guard and trying to take him out of it. You look at what he did with Bowie. You look at what he's done with a couple of the other games against some really good point guards in this league. And he's going to have his hands full again with Thornton in our game at Ohio State on Thursday, who's playing great basketball right now. But, yeah, Bryce on both ends of the floor is making a huge impact.
And then Juwan Gary, we've seen him have some big scoring nights throughout this entire season. Not always does it show up like that, but what was it that got him going offensively in the second half?
Yeah, when you see that first one go in, it's amazing what that does for your confidence. And when you look at, I think we had 9 threes in the game last night, and Casey, Rink, CJ, and Sam were combined 0 for 11. So to find a way, with Bryce, with Juwan, Jamarcus had another great game. I think when he made his first 3, he'd made 8 in a row going back to the Indiana game. So it's really nice to see him knocking out shots and hit big ones when we were keeping our lead there at the end. But yeah, Juwan was phenomenal. I mean, finished in the paint, knocking down his threes, making his free throws. Just really happy for Juwan on how that hard work. He's putting a lot of time into his shot, and it's good to see that paying off.
How happy were you when you got the final box score and you saw you won the rebounding battle?
Well, we talk a lot about that. I know we talk about rebounding. We talk about taking care of the basketball. And I thought we did a solid job with both. We had a couple turnovers late. Minnesota, as they were trying to come back, got us from behind a few times, had a couple sloppy plays. But overall, I thought we did a good job. The last play of the game, Bryce throws the ball up in the air and it hit the scoreboard. And unfortunately, that counted as a turnover. But it was, rebounding. Like I said, they pounded us in the second half, especially in Minnesota. So for us to come out, I thought we did a good job of winning the 50-50 game. And Minnesota prides themselves on that. They talk about that a lot, and that's why they've been playing really good. They had won 5 of 7 going into that game, Jessica, and the 2 they lost. They had a 20-point lead at Iowa with 10 minutes to go, and they had a 10-point lead in the second half at Purdue. So this is a good team that we beat last night, and pretty much from start to finish, I liked the energy and the way we played. And we had stretches where the ball wasn't going in the basket, and that's what I was most pleased with.
402-413-2400. If you've got a text for Coach Hoiberg, that is our Woodhouse Auto family text line. I mentioned that you guys have won 4 in a row now by at least 15 points. What are you seeing that's clicking? Because it's different ways that you're winning ball games, but what is it that it's allowing you guys to dominate these games the way that you have?
Well, I think we're a very connected team right now. And when you look at, I think since February 1st, we're top 5 in the nation in defense. That, to me, is how we're winning basketball games right now and pulling away from these last 4 opponents, like you said. Offense, listen, you're going to have nights where that thing's going in, where that rim looks like an ocean, and you're going to have some nights where that thing looks like a little thimble up there. If you continue to guard, you're going to have a chance. And that's what I've been really happy with our team, is they've been so bought in. The scout discipline that they've shown on the court, the following the game plan, all those things that they've done are leading to, when we do get the ball going in, like we did in the beginning of the second half, we continue to defend at a high level, and that's where you get that lead up over 20 points.
You guys also tied a school record with your 17th home win, matched a record there inside Pinnacle Bank Arena. How have you seen the confidence grow in your program, not even just this season, but throughout your years that you've been here, that when they take the court in PBA, hey, they want to protect it? Yeah,
it really is one of the best atmospheres in the Big Ten, and that's saying something because there's some big-time venues in our league. Purdue is incredibly loud. Indiana, especially when it's full, didn't have a lot up in the upper deck the other night, but when that place is full, that's loud. The Breslin Center, obviously, in East Lansing, Michigan State, everywhere. I could go top to bottom, and you're going to have great atmosphere, but I'd put ours up against any of those. It's absolutely rocking in there. You see the fans on their feet for the majority of the game. Our student section has been absolutely phenomenal. It's fun. It's fun to go out there and celebrate some of these great wins that we've had with them.
Well, and before you got that one, you got the big win on the road at Indiana. How big of a relief was that for your guys? I mean, so much was made about it going into that game, and whichever game you guys were on the road, but to walk away off of a road court with a win, how much of a sigh of relief was that? It
was huge, and we'd been close. I mean, we had a great performance at Illinois. Unfortunately, couldn't finish the deal, and I've had a couple other ones where we've been right there. Overtime at Rutgers, the Minnesota game, had a 15-point lead in that game. So we've had solid stretches of basketball in a lot of games, and for us to find a way through tremendous adversity, you get up another big lead, then at the 10-minute mark, it's a 3-point game. So just the way our guys continue to believe, and one of the key plays in that game, Sam took the ball away from Ware on an offensive rebound. It was a great play, and then we come down on the next possession, and Jamarcus hits a 3, and then the next possession, Jamarcus hits a 2, and then we get an inbounds play where Josiah gets an and one, and now it's back to double digits, and we kept it there. So, to find a way to play a really good first half, Casey goes for 18, had a 20-point lead at halftime, and then find a way to show tremendous resolve when they were making their run and then finish it off in those last 10 minutes.
And that's what you guys have been asking for this team, is to handle the runs, the adversity, the punches like they do at home on the road. And it seemed like they answered the bell on that one at Indiana.
Yeah, 100%. And, I give our guys credit. One guy that I thought did a great job in the huddle, he stepped in, after the coaches got done talking was Jerron Coleman. Boogie stepped in there, and he pulled those guys together and said, guys, we're going to be okay. We got to get it together and get back to what we were doing when we were playing really good basketball. And they did that. And I give Boogie a lot of credit for that. He's been great. on the bench and still showing leadership out there on the floor. So I was really pleased with that for a guy like that to step into a big leadership role, and we needed it.
You mentioned Sam and the big plays that he makes. I feel like he does it every game, and it doesn't always show up on the stat sheet. And he told me that that's something he takes a lot of pride in, doing those kinds of things. Has that always been a part of his game? Is that something that he's had to, I guess, grow into and see the benefits, how much that can benefit a team?
No, he's always been feisty. There's no doubt about that. He and his twin brother, actually, they got in a fight on the floor when they, I think, were like in first or second grade. I was on the road playing. And my wife called me crying, and Sam and Charlie got into it.
Like they were on the same team?
Yeah, on the same team. Yeah. So,
wow.
But that's just how they've been. They've always had that edge and, that grittiness. And, so that's, for Sam, it's an innate quality. And, it's when that ball's on the floor, he's going after it. When a bigger guy has it, he's trying to dive in there and take the ball away. So, you look at his rebounding rate for a guy that's under 6 feet tall, it's one of the best on our team. And, getting deflections and all those things that he's doing to make winning plays, even though he's not putting up big numbers. And that's what you have to do. You have to find a way to impact winning, and Sam does that every night.
Did get a text for you on the text line. John in Omaha said, Coach, with so much to keep track of during the game, do you have an assistant keeping you up to date on how many minutes each player has or rotations?
Yeah.
And go Big Red.
Yeah. Thanks for the message. Ernie Ziegler is a guy that really helps me with substitutions, and he'll come up to me and give me a suggestion. Sometimes I take it. Sometimes, I'll continue to roll with a group that's out there. But he does a great job of, seeing who needs a break and who's played a stretch, to get him out. And it might be right before the media timeout. So if there's, 13 minutes on the clock and the under 12 media is coming up, maybe you get a guy out for a minute and then get him right back in after the media. So, yeah, he does a great job with it. All of our guys do. Nate Lenzer, obviously he's done a great job with us this year. Adam Howard's right there by my side. And, everybody has a say in it, but Ernie's the one that really will come up to me and give me the suggestion on rotations.
Another question for you, Andy in Phoenix. Coach, did you have anyone scout that halftime dunk contest? Looks like there might be some hoopers on the football team. You saw some of the highlights, right?
Jeremiah might need to be a three-sport athlete.
Right?
Yeah, we may need to get him out in the basketball court. Yeah, I saw that. Coach Rule is a lot more brave than I am, letting those players jump over him. But I was impressed. I thought those guys were phenomenal. I did see the highlights. We'll see. Maybe they can use that extra year to come out and help us. I had my first year at Iowa State. We lost a couple guys, and that was back in the old days when transfers had to sit out, and I had 4 of them. And I called Paul Rhodes, the football coach. I said, "You got to help me out here. I got 7 guys eligible. In an emergency, I might need a couple." So he sent me a couple football players. My first year at Nebraska, we had a couple guys from the football team that came out and actually played in the Big Ten tournament that year, where they wheeled me off the floor when they thought I had COVID. So we had Brandt was out there with us, and the quarterback that ended up going to Rutgers, Noah Vedral. So, yeah, we had those 2 guys on our team. And I still love the picture of Luca Virgilio, our director of operations, does a phenomenal job for us. He's sitting in between those 2 football players, and Brandt was right up next to him and just smushing him in there. But yeah, it's good to have that when you have a great relationship with the coach, which I do with Coach Rule. And that's one thing that's special, I think, about our athletic department is, everybody, you see all the coaches at these sports pulling for each other and in attendance. And it's just so nice to have a group of coaches, where you can bounce ideas off of or talk to them. I get messages after every game, from a lot of the coaches. And that's really cool when you have a group like that gets along like we do.
Yeah, Trevor Alberts had mentioned that last week on his show, that just in the relationship, too, with you and the women's basketball team, when we saw your team, they're like the biggest cheerleaders during that Iowa win. Just the camaraderie between the basketball team seems really neat. And the way that you guys keep continuing both to protect the vault seems like every night is really been cool to see, too.
It is. It's awesome. I love Amy. She's doing a tremendous job. I just love the success that they're having this year. It was great to see them on their senior night, a couple days ago, get that last win. They're really positioning themselves well for the postseason, and it's going to be fun to continue to follow them and watch them and support them.
All right, let's step aside for our first break here on our Nebraska Mids basketball show. Contact 811 2 days before you dig to protect your underground utilities and yourself. It's free, it's easy, it's the law.
I'm Tom Osborne, former football coach and founder of the Teammates Mentoring Program. I'm recruiting for the team, and I want it to be the finest team in America. I'm looking for someone like you to be a teammate's mentor, someone who is willing to reach out to a child and make a difference. Meeting with a student once a week at school can make an impact in their life and in the community. We want you to join our team. Go to teammates.org to apply today.
Maybe your hometown celebrates long-standing Swiss traditions. Cow chip throwing. Or even classic car muscle. Everyone has a hometown, and every hometown has a festival. Cenex wants to hear about yours. That's why we're launching the Hometown Throwdown. Tell us about your fest, and it could win $100,000. Learn more at CenexHometownThrowdown.com. Cenex, powered locally.
It's Ford Truck Month, and we're celebrating 47 years as the best-selling trucks in America with special once-a-year offers on Ford F-Series, including the new 2024 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty, the North American Truck of the Year. It's time to celebrate America. This is Ford Truck Month. Get 1.9% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on F-150 plus a 5-year 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska exists to be there with you. From the first bell to final exams, they are rooting for the schools and teachers who make our communities great. Throughout the year, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska and Nebraska Athletics will be honoring outstanding educators who help Nebraska's students reach their potential. If there's a teacher you want to recognize for the impact they've made in your community, find a nomination form at huskers.com/teachers.
Life is busy. Wouldn't it be great if someone could help you manage your insurance?
Well, I do have a lot to keep on top of. Between the house, my life insurance, the car. Like you said, life is busy.
A local Trusted Choice independent insurance agent can help you with your research, coverage selection, pricing, and claims at no extra cost to you.
Which means I'll have more time to spend on other things.
Trusted Choice independent insurance agents. We'll help do your insurance. You just do you.
Woodhouse has got you covered for your next car, truck, or SUV. We are committed to making the car buying and owning experience better, thanks to our knowledgeable sales staff and factory certified technicians. You can discover our large inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles anytime at woodhouse.com, where we have made buying a car easier than ever. Whether you need a family hauling SUV, a car to take you around town, or a hard-working truck, Woodhouse has something for everyone.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
That's the best way I could describe how it felt for me when I would walk out of either the casino or the Keno parlor, is that you just felt that wave of heat, that wave of oppression kind of hit you, that wave of dread.
Mike is a former problem gambler.
Right away, you would always know that that drive home would be the worst moments of why. Why did I do this again? Why can't I stop this?
Help for problem gambling is free for Nebraskans and their families at lifeafterbet.com.
Farming today is a combination of hard work, innovation, and partnerships to help keep us moving forward. Sapp Brothers Petroleum has provided us with fuel, propane, and lubricants on the farm for many years.
For over 52 years, Sapp Brothers has been a reliable partner to thousands of farmers across our great state. We work hard to make sure our customers have the most reliable supply, provided in the safest manner and at the most competitive price. Trust Sapp Brothers Petroleum to protect your equipment and keep your farm fueled. Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Huskers Athletics and to serve Nebraska farmers and Husker fans across America's heartland.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey Huskers, it's a new day in Nebraska. Manzer Equipment, Mertz Farm Equipment, and West Point Implement of Columbus have teamed up as True Ag and Turf. Coach Rule is bringing innovation and high performance standards to Husker football, and True Ag is doing the same to your farm with game-changing Fendt equipment. As Big Red establishes power on the field, True Ag and Turf does the same in the field by welcoming Fendt to Nebraska.
Woodhouse Buick is bringing you more for the new year. With every new Buick purchase from Woodhouse, we're including 3 years of scheduled maintenance. Plus, with our current lease offers going on now, you'll save even more. Save up to $5,000 off MSRP plus 0.9% APR for 36 months on the 2023 Buick Envision Essence all-wheel drive. With approved credit, must finance with GM Financial. $299 doc fee due at signing. Offer expires March 4th, 2024. See dealer for details.
Get ready to rule the field and revolutionize your farming game with Valley, the game changer in irrigation and ag tech solutions. With time and labor-saving measures, ground truthing results, and effective input reduction, Valley provides the perfect game plan so you stay ahead of what's in the field. From the best in irrigation and cutting-edge ag tech solutions to personalized support, Valley is your winning team. Visit your local Valley dealer or valleyirrigation.com today.
Welcome back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, which is sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres, solutions for every field. Welcome back to our Nebraska men's basketball show with the head coach, Fred Hoiberg. I'm Jessica Coody. We got a couple of texts for you on the text line. Art in Los Angeles. For my wife to watch basketball, it has been something special. She has not missed watching one game because of you, Coach, and these great players. She is now a big fan. Oh, and by the way, she also said Coach Fred looks like a movie star. GBR.
Wow. Very nice.
How about that text?
Yeah.
And then Dennis said, besides football, if you had a choice of coaching for a day, what sport would you choose? Or besides men's basketball. So besides basketball, what sport would you coach for a day?
Golf.
Golf, nice. That's a good one.
Yeah, my players wouldn't be worth a damn, but it'd be fun to be out in the course.
Bryce is a golfer, right?
He's a good bowler.
Well, I think he had just picked up golfing when I talked to him last summer.
Yeah, he just picked it up, so he's probably not good yet.
Yeah, he told me it was funny. He said, I didn't realize how many golf balls you have to get because I didn't realize how many you lose.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I played with Casey once, and he lost a lot. And Sam was really good at one point.
Yeah, state champion, right?
Well, they got second.
Okay.
Yeah, and he and his twin brother Charlie and Jack actually, who played at Michigan State, he originally signed a golf scholarship to play, and all three of those guys are left-handed. So that's the fun fact of the day, Jessica.
So you had to get left-handed golf clubs.
Yeah, it was too bad. I had like 800 sets of clubs because when I was playing, I wore Adidas, and Adidas owned TaylorMade. So TaylorMade would send us new sets of clubs every year. And I'm like, this is great. I can just hand them down to my kids, and then all three of them turned out to be.
You didn't try to
be lefties.
Put them on the right side.
It didn't work. Yeah, they weren't any good because you see, Jack shot left. He does everything else right. Sam does everything right, but you see, he's a probably better finisher when he goes to his left hand. So yeah, they've got a little bit of both.
Wow. This text came in, no name to it, but it seems like we attack the inside much more after halftime in every game. Is that planned or a coincidence?
Sometimes it's a conscious effort to get that thing inside. And, I think we've done a pretty good job this year of taking what the defense has given us. I thought we did settle a little bit early in the game last night, and we did a great job attacking. We really made a conscious effort to try to drive the ball, get it into the paint, and then get your shots from there. And, again, Casey had a couple shots that he will normally make. CJ had a couple shots that he's been making. So our guys did a good job. In the second half, I think we had 28 at halftime, and then had a much better, more efficient half on the offensive end in the second half.
Dorothy Lynch, home style and light and lean dressing, endless flavorabilities. You're talking about the coaches here that support each other. How about Zach Taylor being in the stands for you guys at Indiana?
That was really cool. Zach came back a couple years ago, and his boys are huge Hoops fans. And he brought them over to the facility, and I got to talk to him and meet him. And what a great human being. Just an awesome, awesome person. And he sent me a message that he was going to be at the game in Bloomington. So he was getting a tour from one of the Indiana staff members. And I went up to him like, hey, man, where's your Husker gear? He's like, well, it's underneath my sweatshirt, but I'm getting a tour from somebody here from the Hoosiers. So it was pretty awesome. He and his son were there, and his son had a K-State jersey on. I think everybody saw Zach had his Husker shirt on underneath the sweatshirt. And, yeah, it was great. I thanked him for coming out and supporting the team. It was really cool to have him there.
He spoke to the women's team a couple of years ago at the Big Ten tournament, and he said we don't miss a single men's or women's basketball. We watch everything. So they just are die-hard fans. So that was cool to see them get to go to a game. Another thing I wanted to ask you about that Indiana game, you had 19 assists, but we've seen this team really share the basketball. And, I know it's one thing to bring in guys that are open to that and want to share that and be a part of that. But how do you get that to develop throughout a season where it does flow so naturally?
Yeah, we really do preach it. We work on it. And, our biggest thing on offense we try to create is good spacing, draw two to the ball, and then take advantage on the backside with numbers. And, I thought we did a good job when we did get the ball into the pocket. Minnesota plays very aggressive in their pick and roll defense. And when we got the ball in the pocket, I think you saw one clip where Josiah got it at the nail, made an extra big-to-big pass to Jawan in the block. We've done a good job in the pocket when they collapse, kicking it out for open shots. And, everything depends. And we have a different way to attack all the different coverages that we see, whether it's an ice, which we'll see on Thursday, whether it's a blitz, whether it's a drop, and, or a switch, which we'll see some switching as well on Thursday. So just try to attack it the best you can. And then, again, our guys have been very unselfish. The one thing, Indiana, we only took 6 contested shots at the rim. That's really good when you can keep that thing under 10, because that's a very low percentage shot. When we get it into the rim, if you can draw the extra defender, that's a great time to kick it out for an open look.
Because you got a lot of guys that pass it and want to make that extra pass. That's probably the ideal makeup of a team for you, right?
Well, absolutely. And we're really doing it without a pure point guard on our roster right now. And, you look at what Rink has done to lead us in assists, to take over that spot that was so important last year that Derek provided for us. So to have your big guy that can make plays like Rink, like Josiah, Jawan has got a solid feel. And then, again, Bryce and Jamarcus really playing positions they've never played before and doing a really nice job.
Text for you. Hey, Coach Hoiberg, just wanted to say thank you for all you do for this program and university. I've always loved Nebraska basketball, but it hasn't always been easy. You've made it easy for me. Thank you for giving us teams we can all get behind and love to watch.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that message. It really has. When I look back at the years that we've been here now, it's last year's team was a really fun team to coach, and I think that's the group that really kind of made everything. As far as building a culture that people could be proud of and the product that they put on the floor, diving on the floor, outworking a lot of teams and playing through adversity with the 2 injuries to Bandamel and Gary last year. We wanted to build a team with a very similar makeup, and I think we did a good job of that in filling some pieces. And then you lose Derek and Sam Griesel, who I'm so appreciative of for helping us really turn the corner. And then this year's group has been phenomenal, and we still have work to do, but, I love the way we're playing right now.
Here's another text for you. What's the one thing Coach picked up from Coach Orr or Johnny that he still incorporates today?
Yeah, Coach Orr, he was a larger-than-life figure growing up in Ames, Iowa, and, he really put Iowa State basketball on the map in the early 80s when he got the job at Iowa State, coming from Michigan, where he was the all-time winningest coach. And the thing that he did, he played such an exciting brand of basketball. It was up-tempo. They got the ball up the floor in a hurry. They took a lot of threes, and it was just a really fun system. And, I grew up watching that, and I took several visits and had some really good programs that I considered. But, that's what I grew up watching, and I dreamed about that as a kid. I was a ball boy, when Johnny Orr was on the sidelines. And being able to play for Coach for 3 years, and then I played for Tim Floyd my senior year. It was absolutely awesome. So, I consider him a mentor, and still use some of his concepts for sure.
Here's another great question for you on the text line. Casey is consistently being held and pushed around with no calls. Why is he not being protected by the officials like many other top offensive players in the league?
Well, if you saw Indiana, where he got hit in the face on pretty much 2 consecutive possessions, he got elbowed across the face coming off a screen, and then he got hit in the face in the next possession, and they called a travel on him. I mean, he gets held a lot. I give Casey a lot of credit for continuing to fight and battle through it. Believe me, we bring it up. We bring it up pretty much every time out. You talk to the refs about it. But Casey just keeps moving. That's one thing. You looked at the Illinois game. I talked to Brad Underwood a couple days after that game. He said Terrence Shannon came in his office the next morning. He was a really good defender. He said, I don't know how that guy does it. He said, I thought I did a good job on him. And Casey goes, I think, for 31 that game. And he just moves constantly without the ball. So it's amazing. When you look at Casey and, his athleticism and his size, to get the shots off that he does, it's a testament to him and his work ethic and really his conditioning.
Is that something that he did well when he got here, or has that even improved since he got here?
I think it's improved with his strength because, as we just heard from the text, he does. I mean, he gets held and grabbed and that type of thing, so he has to fight that off. And then our guys do a good job. Like when you look at the Indiana game in that first half, they were finding him pretty much every time down the floor, making a conscious effort to get him the ball. And he just moves so well. And he's got a great understanding, and he's got such a wide array of shots with the floaters and the runners, his finishing ability. With what he did, last year, I've talked about this, second in the Big Ten in 2-point field goal percentage. This year, finishing at a very high rate inside the arc. So, we're using him more in ball handling this year, so they can't hold him coming off screens and getting him at the top of the floor and putting him in pick and roll. And against the drop, he does a great job of being able to hit that little mid-range shot.
Appreciate the text coming in on our Woodhouse Auto Family text line. Woodhouse Auto Family is your trusted auto partner with 20 brands and 20 convenient sales and service locations. We're making car buying on your terms. Visit us online at woodhouse.com. We got more with Coach Hoiberg coming up right after this.
Don't miss out on limited time appliance deals during the closeout event at Lowe's. Get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an extra $100 when you spend $999 or more on all major appliances. Hurry, these deals are too good to last long. Shop in-store or online today because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 1/4 through 1/24. Selection varies by location while supplies last. See Lowe's.com for details.
For farmers, productivity isn't an option, it's everything. And at Valley, we feel the same, delivering game-changing technology and irrigation solutions that advance agricultural productivity, with the results to prove it. From our leading irrigation technology to expert advice, you can always rely on Valley to bring out the best in your farm. At Valley, productivity isn't an option, it's everything. Visit your local Valley dealer or valleyirrigation.com today.
Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow, provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains Tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair count. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Just go to newnordicusa.com or visit Walgreens or Amazon to purchase. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at newnordicusa.com.
Woodhouse Cadillac, where luxury meets performance. Discover the seamless blend of design, innovation, and power as you explore the 2024 Cadillac lineup. Lease a 2024 Cadillac XT5 Luxury for $599 a month for 39 months, 10,000 miles per year. With approved credit, must have current Cadillac financial lease and Costco membership prior to January 1st, 2024. $2,500 down, plus first payment and $299 document fee due at signing. Offer expires February 29, 2024. See dealer for details.
Noddle Companies is proud to support Husker Athletics. As a leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Sunnyside Exarban, and Row House Townhomes on Leavenworth. Noddle Companies is adding Omaha's first hybrid timber building to the skyline. Soon to follow is Builders Green Park, surrounded by mouth-watering food, exciting retail, and a hub of thriving businesses. Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Go Huskers!
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Kidwell is celebrating 75 years of business, and they know how many network issues you and your team have to resolve. Let them help. Kidwell and Juniper leverage Mist AI to provide more visibility, flexibility, and scalability into your network to quickly get rid of those trouble tickets, heighten the user experience, and deliver reliable wireless access to customers and employees to simplify operations for network administrators. Kidwell, see beyond. Inspiring connectivity and communication since 1948.
Hi, this is Husker National Champion and Super Bowl champ Tony Veland. Throughout my football career, chiropractic care helped my athletic performance on the field and kept me in the game. Today, regular chiropractic care keeps me healthy and active to do the things I love. Chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages. Make chiropractic your first choice to reduce pain, improve your mobility, and feel better naturally. It works for me, and it can work for you too. Learn more at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic.
There's no community like a Cenex community. And that's why every Cenex store is so proud to serve theirs by supporting local athletic teams, promoting the arts, and making sure each store is a place its neighbors can find what they need, catch up with their friends, and stay connected. It's also why we give back, helping to make the wonderful places we call home the best they can be. Your local Cenex doesn't just work in your town, it lives there. The store next door, powered locally at Cenex.
I just remember leaving that day feeling absolutely exhausted. I was sick and tired of living that double life.
Mike is a former problem gambler.
The anxiety, the depression is real. You start thinking about the money, where that could have went to. It's never enough. I could win $10 million today, and I'd go back and try to win 20 tomorrow.
Help for problem gambling is free for Nebraskans and their families at lifeafterbet.com.
Shop Woodhouse Ram during Ram Truck Month and save on the entire lineup of heavy-duty trucks. Right now, get up to $15,500 off MSRP on our lineup of 2024 Ram 2500s and 2024 Ram 3500s. The most advanced Ram heavy-duty pickups ever. Based on standard and available features offered with approved credit. Tax title license extra. Woodhouse discount of $3,644. Manufacturer incentive of $9,856. $1,000 for qualifying trade and $1,000 with finance through Chrysler Capital. $299 doc fee due at signing. Offer expires 2/29/24. See dealer for details.
Kidwell is celebrating 75 years of business, and they know how many network issues you and your team have to resolve. Let them help. Kidwell and Juniper leverage Mist AI to provide more visibility, flexibility, and scalability into your network to quickly get rid of those trouble tickets, heighten the user experience, and deliver reliable wireless access to customers and employees to simplify operations for network administrators. Kidwell, see beyond. Inspiring connectivity and communication since 1948.
Woodhouse Auto Family is your trusted auto partner with 20 brands and 20 convenient sales and service locations. We're making car buying on your terms. Visit us online at woodhouse.com. Welcome back to the Nebraska Men's Basketball Show here with Coach Hoiberg for one more segment, and then we're going to hear from Jamarcus Lawrence coming up in the final segment of this hour. Coach, on the road again at Ohio State. What did you guys do at Indiana that you're hoping that they duplicate and take on the road again at Ohio State?
Yeah, very, very important on the road to go out and have a great start, and that's exactly what happened in Bloomington. We had total control that first half, got that lead built up to 20, and the biggest thing for us is sustaining that effort for 40 minutes. We've shown flashes. We've had really good quality minutes over the course of the game, but we have to play a complete 40-minute game. Ohio State in the last week has beat Purdue, and then yesterday their buzzer beater on the road at Michigan State. Their lone loss was to Minnesota on the road. So they're playing their best basketball this season, but so are we. I love how we're playing right now. We just have to stay connected, keep our edge, and give ourselves a chance.
Got an email today that the Rutgers game is sold out. The last home game of the season coming up on Sunday. Also going to be senior night, 5:30. Just final home game. How special is that going to be, and to honor a really special group of guys too?
Yeah, it's going to be very emotional, I think. When you look at Casey in his third year with the program, he had a big decision to make last offseason. We were very thankful. That was a huge, probably the biggest thing that we had last offseason was to try to get Casey back in a Husker uniform, and thankfully he did. And his dad's here. His dad was here for the game last night, and he's going to be here for the game next week against Rutgers as well. Josiah Alec, he wanted to come home and really leave his mark on his last year playing college basketball, and he has been so good for us on the floor, off the floor, leadership, setting the tone for us every day in the practice floor. And, pretty special that he's been able to be here. And I think you've seen the documentaries with him with he and Becca. And, you see his mom and what she did to raise the 6 kids. And, the very emotional piece with Bill, I didn't even realize that. And, Josiah wearing the same number 53, was incredibly emotional watching that. So, really cool and honoring some really special guys.
All right. Well, one of the young guys we're going to hear from here in just a few minutes, Jamarcus Lawrence, talk about playing some of his best basketball of his career, coming off the bench and just with so much confidence. How important has he been for you guys during this stretch, and what's working for him?
Yeah, I love the confidence that Jamarcus is playing with right now, and how he accepted the new role that he was given when we decided to go with the bigger lineup and bring him off the bench. And he even told me when I went to him and talked to him about bringing him off the bench, he said, "Coach, I need to get a new rhythm. I need a new, I think coming off the bench is a great idea." And he's really embraced that. And what he's doing coming off and hitting shots right now at a high level, he's been a change of pace guy as well for us. And I talked to him about that. He did a really good job in the Penn State game when we were struggling early of beating the press, getting down the floor, and either scoring it or spraying it out for an open shot. So he's just doing a lot of things. You always know he's going to go out and give you a great effort on the defensive end, but it's great to see him. He did eight threes in a row. He hit the 5 for 5 at Indiana, made his first 3 last night before he missed a late one. But just love the confidence he's playing with right now, and I'm really proud of him. And he's a guy you want to root for. I mean, you want to talk about a really great person. He is one of those guys. Yeah, awesome kid, great student. He just does all the things right. He comes in with a smile on his face every day. And, absolutely, Jessica, very easy kid to cheer for. All right, we're going to hear from Jamarcus Lawrence coming up next. Coach, appreciate your time. Best of luck at Ohio State. All right, Jessica, thank you. All right, when we come back, we're going to hear from the sophomore, Jamarcus Lawrence, coming up right after this.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Get ready to rule the field and revolutionize your farming game with Valley, the game changer in irrigation and ag tech solutions. With time and labor-saving measures, ground truthing results, and effective input reduction, Valley provides the perfect game plan so you stay ahead of what's in the field. From the best in irrigation and cutting-edge ag tech solutions to personalized support, Valley is your winning team. Visit your local Valley dealer or valleyirrigation.com today.
Experience luxury car buying like never before at Genesis of Southwest Omaha. Browse our full range of SUVs or our lineup of exceptional sedans, offering unparalleled elegance and sophistication. Plus, right now, lease the 2024 Genesis GV80 2.5 Turbo Standard for $669 per month for 36 months and 10,000 miles per year. With approved credit, tax, title, and license extra. First payment $5,999 down plus $299 doc fee due at signing. Security deposit waived. Offer expires February 29th, 2024. See dealer for details.
Don't miss out on limited time appliance deals during the closeout event at Lowe's. Get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an extra $100 when you spend $999 or more on all major appliances. Hurry, these deals are too good to last long. Shop in-store or online today. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 1/4 through 1/24. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for details.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
It's time for another round of Nebraska Farm Facts. If there's one thing Nebraska's known for, it's our beef. And Nebraska soybeans feed a lot of them, and even more pigs and chickens. Farmers and ranchers raise livestock and poultry to provide nutritious, affordable protein for all ages to help build muscle and maintain energy for a healthy lifestyle. Keep that in mind as you prepare all that tasty meat on your tailgate grill. This message is brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers, growing opportunity from the ground up.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks. Foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
You could win a 2024 Porsche Macan from Porsche Omaha this season. 4 lucky Husker fans will have a chance to win a 2024 Porsche Macan if they make a full court putt at halftime at one of 4 men's basketball games this season. For more information and the official rules, go to www.huskers.com/putt. Well, you just heard the head coach talking about him. Jamarcus Lawrence has been so big for the Huskers coming off the bench in the win against Minnesota. 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists, and he was just critical in the win on the road at Indiana. Had a career-high 19 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, and just 1 turnover. He was in the starting lineup, moved to the role coming off the bench, has really found his confidence, his stride in that role, and last night following the win, I got a chance to chat with Jamarcus. All right, well, does this feeling ever get old, walking off the court here inside PBA with yet another win?
Man, it's just special, man. We just keep protecting the vault, and that's what we got to do. You know, just amazing fans we play in front of, so just keep going, that's all.
Seemed electric in there. Describe just the atmosphere and how loud it was out there.
Man, this game was loud. Probably the 3rd most loudest game I've ever been a part of, so, you know, good Sunday night, good crowd. It was electric.
All right, well, you guys had dropped the game at Minnesota earlier in the season. How badly did you want this one back here today?
We wanted this one bad. You know, just it was a little bit of altercation that went on the first game, so we kept that in our mind, and, you know, we just wanted to come out, play aggressive, so.
What about you? Another great performance for you coming off the bench. How have you settled into that role? What are you trying to provide when you're coming off the bench?
Yeah, I just think, you know, when I come in, you know, just allowing me to see the game when it starts, you know, seeing what I got to do to come in, so. I think I just stay with that, keep being aggressive. I'm good.
How has your confidence grown? It seems like you're shooting the ball with a lot more confidence now.
You know, I think just keep working. You know, I just you know, been struggling. You know, I've been thinking that, but you know, that didn't let affect me. So, you know, just keep working.
What does it do for you too when this coaching staff, your teammates believe in you and what you can provide?
Yeah, they know what I can do. So they just need me to stay with it and, you know, just you know, stay committed. So.
Okay, how about the defensive effort? What went into the defense here tonight for you guys?
Yeah, we knew they was gonna get the ball down to the big guys. You know, they're real big, so you know we just had to protect the basket. You know, put pressure on their guards. Really icing their ball screens. You know, all of them like to go right, so just trying to force them to their opposite hand.
How good is this team when you guys are all locked in defensively like you were again tonight?
Man, you see what happens. You know, like I said, I think now at this point, you know, we kind of get our concept, you know, our assignments for our defense. So it's real good. You know, when everybody's locked in, we're good.
Won the rebounding battle. How happy does that make the head coach?
We did? Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Especially against this team, you know, just, you know, like I said, the big guys down there. You know, it was important for our guards, you know, to go in there and help rebound too. So. And
then turnovers too is always a big emphasis, and you guys protected the ball again today. You've been very good at that. How important has that been for what you provide as well?
Yeah, most definitely. Especially home, home and away. Just protecting the rock. You know, just get us in good positions to score the basketball. So.
Juwan Gary, how big was he for you guys tonight?
Man, he's been big for us all season. You know, the confidence he's been playing with this year is amazing. I love to see it. So, you know, him just going at it like that is amazing to see.
Josiah Alex seems to just provide some energy plays when you guys need it the most. What kind of energy does he provide you guys?
Man, like you seen, like attacking the glass, 50-50 balls. You know, that's a couple guys on our team. You know, even me, I tried to get in there and hustle to get those plays. So, you know, it's multiple of us with the effort.
You know, the 3 didn't fall as well as it typically does for you guys. What goes into that where you guys can find different ways to score when the 3 isn't going as down as much as it normally does?
Good question. I think usually when we get stops on defense and it allows us to get us in transition, you know, we get to set up our offense from there. So.
Ohio State on Thursday. How do you guys go about preparing for that? Already beat them once, faced them once. What went into that win that you can maybe take and provide on the road?
You know, they know we beat them the first time, so they're going to give us our best shot. But, you know, we can't worry about them. We got to focus on us, and we need this road win badly to put us in good position. So, you know, by any means, we just go in there and just win by any means.
Speaking of that, you got your first road win in the Big Ten at Indiana. How much, I guess, relief did that provide this team? How good was it to walk away from a home court or an away court with a win?
Yeah, definitely a relief. You know, we was capable of winning a road game. You know, I think it was just, you know, the energy we bring on the road. Most of the time, you know, it wasn't there, sloppy. And, you know, Indiana, we came off hot, and we kind of was a little slow in the second half to start, but, you know, we picked it back up. So, you know, we just got to continue that.
So what are the things that you guys did well at Indiana that you can apply to maybe pick up another road win here at Ohio State?
One, we was hot, making shots. We was moving the ball early. You know, started the second half, ball kind of got stagnant, and, you know, just keep playing defense. But I think the key on the road is moving the basketball. You know, when we move the basketball, we got guys on our team that could just score it. So.
How much fun is it to be a part of a team like that shares the ball like that has so many different guys that can contribute?
I mean, man, it's fun. You know, it's special. You know, thank God I'm in this position. You know, future ahead of us, you know, is bright. You know, we just got to stay locked in right now. But, man, this journey's been amazing, you know, with these guys, these good players. So stay at it.
And how do you guys go about balancing the talk about postseason, but also just staying locked in on one game at a time?
Yeah, you know, it's just we can't let that get to us. You know, one game at a time. That's what we try to focus on. And, you know, this next one on the road is big.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
He is just such a great kid and one that you want to root for. Always enjoy chatting with Jamarcus Lawrence and playing some really good basketball. He's going to be continue to be a big piece to this thing moving forward. So Huskers 20-8 overall. 10-7 in the Big Ten. They're currently 5th, but really jumbled up in the middle of those standings in the Big Ten. Still have a chance to secure that double bye, but certainly would like that just the first round bye for sure, but still have a chance to get that double bye. In the KenPom rankings, the Huskers continue to move up really in both the net and the KenPom. And KenPom, they're up to number 34, and in the net, up to number 41. And on that note, Quad 1, a big key to all of that, Kansas State, which the Huskers had a big win on the road earlier back before the new year, and Kansas State leading West Virginia at halftime 48-26. So need the Kansas State to hold on and win that one so they can stay Quad 1 and look good on the Huskers resume. So again, coming up next, Ohio State Thursday, 5:30 on the road. So Huskers will look to build off and see if they can pick up another road win coming off what they did at Indiana. Really impressive win there. So let's see if they can carry it over against Ohio State, who's also playing some really good basketball. Pregame show will start at 4:30 with a 5:30 tip. And then Sunday, senior day against Rutgers, 5:30 tip. And got an email mentioned that it is officially sold out. So should be another very loud, rocking crowd for this team as they take the court inside Pinnacle Bank Arena for the final time this season. It was so loud. It was deafening at times. And I was sitting in the media room, which is underneath the tunnel on around, and it was just loud the entire time last night. I know it means a lot to these guys and certainly has played into what they've been able to do at home. 17 wins inside Pinnacle Bank Arena, which also matches a program record. So they've got one more here, and they can break the program record coming up on Sunday against Rutgers. But up first is that Ohio State win. And, you know, you talk about they still have a little bit of work to do to be able to secure that spot in the NCAA tournament, but it's one game at a time. And up next is Ohio State. Bill in Portland on the text line said, "You're an outstanding coach, Fred," from Bill. And I did tell him that. I didn't read it on the air while he was here, but I did read it to him during the commercial break. And he said, "Thank you. That is very nice." He is absolutely an outstanding coach and deserves a lot of credit. You know, he gives a lot of credit to his players and coaching staff, but he has done an outstanding job coaching this basketball team this season. You know, the men's team, not the only one picking up a big win over the weekend. The Nebraska women's basketball team getting a win over Minnesota. So we are going to talk about that. We're going to hear from Alexis Marowski. We've got another hour of Sports Nightly ahead. Greg Sharpe going to join us, so keep it right here.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Noddle Companies is proud to support Husker Athletics. As a leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Sunnyside-Exarban, and row house townhomes on Leavenworth. Noddle Companies is adding Omaha's first hybrid timber building to the skyline. Soon to follow is Builders Green Park, surrounded by mouth-watering food, exciting retail, and a hub of thriving businesses. Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Go Huskers!
Are you ready? It's Ford Truck Month, and we're celebrating 47 years as the best-selling trucks in America with special once-a-year offers on Ford F-Series, including the new 2024 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty, the North American Truck of the Year. It's time to celebrate America. This is Ford Truck Month. Get 1.9% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on F-150 plus a 5-year 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Farming today is a combination of hard work, innovation, and partnerships to help keep us moving forward. Sapp Brothers Petroleum has provided us with fuel, propane, and lubricants on the farm for many years.
For over 52 years, Sapp Brothers has been a reliable partner to thousands of farmers across our great state. We work hard to make sure our customers have the most reliable supply, provided in the safest manner and at the most competitive price. Trust Sapp Brothers Petroleum to protect your equipment and keep your farm fueled. Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Huskers Athletics and to serve Nebraska farmers and Husker fans across America's heartland.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, I got in a crash. I'm okay. I was wearing my seatbelt.
People count on you to buckle up. Brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Good evening, I'm Henry Goodwin, and our sports sticker is brought to you by the 1890 Initiative. Beach volleyball played their first outdoor home matches today, thanks to the great weather in Lincoln today. The Huskers swept Ottawa 5-0 and beat Wayne State 4-1 on the campus beach volleyball courts. In Husker women's basketball news, Natalie Potts earned her conference-leading 7th Big Ten Freshman of the Week award. Last week, she averaged 15 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 2 steals. Billie Andrews was named the Big Ten Softball Player of the Week Monday, following an outstanding performance at the Mary Nutter Collegiate Classic over the weekend, where she went 13 for 21 with 1 double, 4 home runs, 6 RBIs, and 8 runs scored. Our sports sticker is sponsored by the 1890 Initiative. Do you want to support Husker student athletes through name, image, and likeness? If so, visit 1890nebraska.com. Now get ready for Hour 2 of Sports Nightly, right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
The pump fake by Mast, step back 3 on the way. Got it! Holy smokes! Holy cow! The Flying Dutchman with a big 3 to tie it at 65.
Andrews lines toward right, and it's over the head of Medellin and rolling all the way to the wall. Billy on her way to second, not stopping there. The car's relay from short right field is wide of the mark. Billy Andrews with a leadoff triple.
Ryan Webb with the 3-0 pitch. Drilled into center field. Long run again for Verduzco. Onto the track. Looking up, and it is gone. Home run, Josh Caron's second home run of the night. This one a 3-run blast to right center field, and Nebraska now leads it 9-1.
Shelley throws down low. Markowski kicks it out to Jazz, knocked away by Marshall. 7 to shoot, 6 to shoot. Shelley for 3. You betcha! Huskers take their first lead of the game with 30 seconds left.
Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
Welcome back. Hour number 2, Sports Nightly here on a Monday night. I hope you all enjoyed hearing from the Big Ten Coach of the Year.
I agree.
Is there any doubt?
I don't think so. Unless they're going to give it to Purdue just out of the...
But they were picked to win it.
I know. I agree, but...
I thought the only one that could maybe slip in and steal it could have been Ben Johnson from Minnesota, but we won the game yesterday handily, so I think that kind of run... I'm so happy for Coach Hoiberg. That team is good, and I hope Husker fans are stand up and shout at people. We have a good basketball team. That was an impressive performance yesterday.
A really good basketball team. When they... And we still have not seen them play 40 minutes of their best basketball.
No. Yesterday was close. Well, they weren't great offensively early.
They didn't shoot it well from 3. I mean, a couple guys did, but the guys that typically shoot it well didn't. So, like, Casey, Sam, CJ. So, for them, that's what's scary is that, and think about when they do put it all together. They can match up with just about anybody in the country. I mean, they knocked off the #1 team when they were here, Purdue, in the country. So, they certainly, can compete with a lot of the best teams in the country when they are playing their best basketball.
Right now, I think Nebraska is clearly a top 20 team. I do. And now, I understand the record and some losses that they've had. Maybe they don't match that. But the way they are playing, they are one of the 20 best teams in the country right now.
Now, I think you could maybe argue, let's see how they play at Ohio State. Because if they play back-to-back games on the road where they put together a good performance, maybe more people... I'm with you. I agree. I'm just, for the sake of argument, maybe that's what some of the voters are looking for to see if they can do it again on the road.
I'm looking up Seamus is the Husker men's basketball sports information director. He had this note yesterday that the Huskers win, and they have now won 4 straight... Did you see this note? 4 straight conference games by 15 or more.
Yep.
They haven't done that here in over 100 years.
1911, 1912?
Yeah. Kent was a sophomore in high school then.
Mountain what?
They're the Missouri Valley Conference. But that's what I'm saying. That's 4 straight games, and not all of them have been at PBA. That includes the Indiana win last week. And how about that? We haven't even really talked about it because I've been gone, but they beat Indiana by 15, and Rink scores 2 points. That shows you how deep this team is. They don't need one person to be there every night for them.
Yeah, and to me, what was most impressive, I said this, Yeah, the end score was impressive. But what was most impressive to me is what we haven't seen from this team on the road this season in Big Ten play is they withstood the runs and they handled the adversity. And we had Coach Ziegler on that week before leading into it. We've heard it from the assistant coaches, Coach Hoiberg. The thing that they do really well on the road is when teams try to come back, get on runs. It's a game of runs. They handle it really well because the crowd gets behind them here in PBA. But when they don't have that crowd, how do they handle it on the road? How do they handle that adversity? They haven't handled it well at times. And so to see them handle it well at Indiana, because Indiana got back into it. They cut it to a 4-point game. They call a timeout. They settle things down. They get back to doing what was working, and they were able to withstand that run. To me, that was a really key, and it could be a really key turning point for this team moving forward.
And I thought the guy that cued it was your guest last hour.
Jamarcus, yeah, absolutely.
He hit a 3, he dropped a dime, he made a defensive play, and then all of a sudden you're going, oh, now we're back up 11 again.
Yeah, it was like a 6-point swing.
Yeah.
That it went from 4 to double digits again.
And he spurred a lot of that.
He did.
Playing great.
He's playing so confident.
Sure is.
And that just adds another layer to this team. And we heard even at the beginning of the season, a lot of people that cover this team saying that Jamarcus was going to be a key. And he struggled and wasn't in a good rhythm. And we just heard Coach Hoiberg saying about how when they said, hey, we're going to move you to coming off the bench. And he said, yeah, I need to find a different rhythm. And he really has embraced that role. And now you're seeing that confidence. He is shooting it with a ton of confidence right now.
He and CJ have kind of flipped.
Yeah.
CJ's kind of was in fuego there for a while. Now he's cooled off a little bit.
But CJ is certainly capable still of putting together those games.
Yeah.
And he's making some incredible passes. He's doing some other good things in his role. But yeah, that CJ's a shooter and he's gonna find it. He's gonna get it back.
So you want to be playing your best basketball come March. I think this team is doing that. And now, having said that, they will be challenged Thursday at Ohio State, who now, and Coach even said this to us off air, he goes, they're kind of playing freer now that their coach is gone. They're interim guy. They've won 2 games. They'll be revved up to play the Huskers. But I love where Nebraska is. Joe Lunardi, by the way, has taken Nebraska off the bubble.
Let's go.
They're off the bubble.
Let's
so
go.
they're not sweating it right now, and I think that's appropriate. I think that's exactly where they are. Speaking of playing good basketball right now, I think the Husker women are playing really good. I thought, and I get it, Northwestern and Minnesota are not great teams, but they cut them both up. And that's what you do. When you're a superior team, you make those teams look silly. I thought it was a really good final home game on Saturday for the women.
And look at this stretch now. Matt Coatney had told me going into these final 4 games that he thought they needed to win 3 of 4. They've already won 3. And they're sitting in that 4th seed, and they are in control of that. If they win on Sunday, they get that double bye. The number 4 seed going into the Big Ten tournament.
Huge.
And so this, I think, they had already done enough, I think, to be an NCAA tournament team. But I think, you still don't want to drop games going in. You don't want to be on the downward trend.
Right.
So you didn't want to lose to Minnesota at Illinois in the Big Ten tournament. But I think that win against Minnesota absolutely solidified their spot in the NCAA tournament no matter what happens from here on out.
Totally agree. I think that they're, what I would like for them is to get off that 8-9 line. Get up to the 7 if they can. You avoid those number 1 seeds. I think after you come past South Carolina, who are the other ones?
Ohio State.
They might be, right? I think they might work their way to a 1. And you don't want to play, we wouldn't. They wouldn't match us up in their same region for the second round. But you definitely do not want to have any part of South Carolina. Now, if it's Colorado I think it's got a shot of being a 1. I don't think they will be. They don't scare me as much as the South Carolina, but you like to get away from that 8-9 line and get up to the 7 line. And I think they can do that by beating Illinois Sunday and then maybe winning a game in Minneapolis at the tournament. And how about the women's tournament is sold out?
That's awesome.
How about that? Isn't that crazy? And I'm sure there's a lot of Hawkeye fans that have bought tickets. That's the name of the game.
Iowa doesn't play every game.
No, they don't.
And they don't play. They're going to probably have a double bye.
They will definitely have a double bye.
So they're not playing. So if it's sold out from the beginning to the end, then Iowa's not even going to be playing on those first 2 days.
Right. Yeah.
So it wasn't all Caitlin Clark.
No, but she's certainly larger. So the other ones, according to Charlie Krem, by the way, on the women's side, are Stanford and Texas. And now, Texas I've watched a couple times. They're fine. but we'd have a shot at them. I don't think
Texas is not on the same trajectory of South Carolina.
Right. I think there's a clear-cut difference, don't you?
Absolutely.
And Stanford, I've not watched enough, so I can't comment enough on them. And
I
you're
think
right.
Ohio State is way better than Texas, a way tougher matchup than Texas.
I agree.
And then I think the rest is all kind of, it could change a lot, and it's not like there's a bunch of world beaters at the top.
Well, just avoid South Carolina and get in a different bracket. I think it could be fun for the women. We're going to hear from Alexis Marowski coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Something happened today. Henry had it in the ticker that has never taken place at the University of Nebraska. Beach volleyball actually played outside in Lincoln, Nebraska today. They had 2 matches. Henry gave you the results of that. And why would you? It's February. Well, there shouldn't be a nice enough day to play outside in Lincoln, and they did today. That's pretty cool. They got a chance to play outdoors.
So fun.
Yeah.
It was nice today. It felt like beach
82.
volleyball season. It was kind of warm a little bit.
It's 82 degrees.
You told me it's fake spring. You still maintaining it's fake spring?
It's going to snow tomorrow night. Right, Cole? And by the way, Cole has something over there that's I'm not happy. There's Girl Scout cookies over there. I'm like, wait.
Oh, the Thin Mints?
Where'd you get those? I need some. If somebody's at a Girl Scout, find me. I need to buy some Girl Scout cookies. Love
Someone
the
was
Thin
selling
Mints.
them here around the stadium.
They were?
I thought.
How did I miss that?
Where did I see? I saw them for sale somewhere.
I got to get some. And I think I probably can stop by a grocery store or something, and sometimes they have stands at the grocery stores for
Have
them.
you put Thin Mints in the freezer?
That's exactly what you do.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's
It's the only way to eat
them. Yes.
Yeah. He's got Thin Mints over there. Those are not in the freezer. They need to be at least our fridge over here, Cole. Get those over here in the refrigerator. So good stuff. All right, 402-413-2400, the number if you want to be a part of the program. And Eric in Lincoln is exactly right. He said, what are the odds that baseball's midweeks in March are going to be 40 degrees? Pretty good, Eric. It's coming. We're going to flip back, and we're going to have like 42-degree highs and trying to play baseball and softball games coming up. Huskers softball has their home opener Friday. We'll do some listen-ins. They play Wichita State, who's been a nemesis of Husker softball over the weekend, and also the Missouri Tigers, who are a perennial team coming in as well. I had a conversation with Nate last night. We were texting back and forth, Jessica, because they were flying back from California. Huskers go 2-3 in the Mary Nutter tournament out there. And I was listening to Nate over the weekend, and they're playing Oregon, and then they played Utah. And, like, everybody's record's, like, right around 500.
Yeah.
Like Oregon was like 6-5, and I think Utah was 8-4 or something. And Nate's comment was, he goes, really outside of Oklahoma, you kind of drop back down. So like what we were talking about South Carolina for the women, it's kind of that way for Oklahoma and softball right now because there's a lot of teams kind of muddied in there. Records just a bit over 500.
I was impressed with Nebraska softball and how they played.
They swung at bats great.
They played well. They had, some arms that came in and did some good things, but. Look, and that's kind of what I was saying after we had heard the news about Jordy Ball, is that this has been a good offensive team for 3 years now, since I've been here, that they've out-hit people.
Yeah.
And Billie Andrews is just out of her mind.
She's an All-American.
She is 6 away from tying the home run record, the career home run
She's going to get
record.
it.
And so there's Sydney Gray is playing really well. They've added some other bats. Sammy, that's the freshman, unbelievable performance. But the way that they responded after getting walked off twice, and against UCLA, you talk about a perennial power that's good every single year, UCLA, and they went head-to-head with them, and they just had some mistakes in the end that didn't allow them to close it out. But the way that they responded and bounced back, I was just so impressed. I saw some really good things. That's going to be a team that competes in the Big Ten for the Big Ten title.
Oh, there's no doubt. I think it's kind of the normal characters, Northwestern, Nebraska, Indiana, I think will be the 3 that will battle for that. But UCLA is a prime example of what I was talking about. They were like 6-5 going into that game, or maybe they were even under 500 and yet ranked. So early season, everybody's trying to find their way. But you're right. Nebraska can swing it. They really have it. They got to get some more solid pitching from some of their 2s and 3s and what they've been getting. You got to hang on to some of these leads.
Yeah.
Got to do that.
Yeah.
So, all right, 402-413-2400. I'm getting a lot of advice on Girl Scout cookies. That's great. Keep it coming. I knew they were out. I knew they were out about a week or 2 ago, but I had not seen them until Cole flashed them in front of my face just a few moments ago. It was very rude of him to do that. So.
Did you eat one?
No, he wouldn't let me have one.
What?
Hey, Woodhouse Auto Family is your trusted auto partner. 20 brands, 20 convenient sales and service locations. We're making car buying on your terms. Visit us online at woodhouse.com. We're back to hear from Alexis Marowski next.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here. Come for a free estimate. Groundworks. Foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska exists to be there with you. From the first bell to final exams, they are rooting for the schools and teachers who make our communities great. Throughout the year, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska and Nebraska Athletics will be honoring outstanding educators who help Nebraska's students reach their potential. If there's a teacher you want to recognize for the impact they've made in your community, find a nomination form at huskers.com/teachers.
Noddle Companies is proud to support Husker Athletics. As a leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Sunnyside Exarban, and Row House Townhomes on Leavenworth. Noddle Companies is adding Omaha's first hybrid timber building to the skyline. Soon to follow is Builders Green Park, surrounded by mouth-watering food, exciting retail, and a hub of thriving businesses. Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Go Huskers!
This statement has not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
When it comes to my lifestyle and diet, I don't always make the smartest choices.
Touchdown! Woo! Hey, how about another round and some more chips?
But when it comes to taking care of my liver, I do make one very smart choice. Active liver tablets from New Nordic. I used to have real issues with my liver, and at my last checkup, my doc was concerned about my numbers. But since adding a once-a-day active liver tablet, my gut's better, I feel great, and my doctor's happy. I ask a lot of my liver, so the least I can do to say thanks is a daily dose of Active Liver.
Active Liver is one of many award-winning health products from New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Scandinavia. Purchase at Amazon.com or for a volume discount, visit NewNordicUSA.com. Available as a tablet or delicious sugar-free gummy. Protect and help your liver the easy and effective way with Active Liver at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Get ready again for some Nebraska farm facts. When there's work to be done, Nebraska soybeans are on the job in many of your everyday products. In fact, Nebraska soybeans are hard at work in Goodyear tires, Ford cars and trucks, Skechers shoes, asphalt, fuels, lubricants, name brand paints and stains, and more. Soybeans are an innovative replacement for petroleum, leading to more sustainable products all over the world. This message is brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers, growing opportunity from the ground up.
At Groundworks, we take great pride in helping our Nebraska neighbors keep their homes healthy. From repairing foundations to waterproofing basements to fixing crawl spaces or lifting concrete driveways. We'd like to think our customers choose us because of our attention to detail or the fact that we're the nation's leading foundation solutions provider. What gives our customers the most comfort is we're right here in Nebraska. Visit groundworks.com for a free estimate. Groundworks. Foundation solutions crafted with pride. The official foundation company of the Huskers.
Noddle Companies is proud to support Husker Athletics. As a leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Sunnyside Exarban, and Row House Townhomes on Leavenworth. Noddle Companies is adding Omaha's first hybrid timber building to the skyline. Soon to follow is Builders Green Park, surrounded by mouth-watering food, exciting retail, and a hub of thriving businesses. Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Go Huskers!
Are you ready? It's It's Ford Truck Month, and we're celebrating 47 years as the best-selling trucks in America with special once-a-year offers on Ford F-Series, including the new 2024 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty, the North American Truck of the Year. It's time to celebrate America. This is Ford Truck Month. Get 1.9% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on F-150 plus a 5-year 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Farming today is a combination of hard work, innovation, and partnerships to help keep us moving forward. Sap Brothers Petroleum has provided us with fuel, propane, and lubricants on the farm for many years.
For over 52 years, Sap Brothers has been a reliable partner to thousands of farmers across our great state. We work hard to make sure our customers have the most reliable supply, provided in the safest manner and at the most competitive price. Trust Sap Brothers Petroleum to protect your equipment and keep your farm fueled. Sap Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Huskers Athletics and to serve Nebraska farmers and Husker fans across America's heartland.
Did I forget something?
No, just wanted to tell you I love you. Oh, don't forget to buckle up. Drive safe.
I will. Love you too.
Someone is counting on you to buckle up. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
We're back inside the Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. I was spoofing people a little bit. I got to get him off the hook because I don't want people thinking bad of Cole, because a couple people in the chat room are saying, wow, Cole doesn't share his cookies. He does. I was putting him on blast a little bit. He walked over and gave you some Thin Mints. I refused them because they're not coming fresh out of the freezer.
They're so good.
They're
just better when they're coming out of the freezer.
So Cole's a good guy. So people don't be picking on Cole. He
would give the shirt off his back.
Yes, he would.
He's a nice guy.
Yes, he would. All right, Husker, we talked about Husker women getting a victory over Minnesota Saturday final home game. They now have the entire week off. We're going to hear from Amy Williams tomorrow night on the program. They do not play again until Sunday at 3 against Illinois in Champaign. That'll be the last game of the regular season, and then it's off to Minneapolis for the tournament. Talking about Fred Hoiberg, I think he's got it locked, being Big Ten Coach of the Year. I think Alexis Marowski is an absolute lock to be all-conference. I mean, she has just been phenomenal, all those double-doubles. She just continues to play great basketball.
Yeah, and if there wasn't a Caitlin Clark in the league, or really Caitlin Clark, because Ohio State is a group. Like, they have
more of a group.
Multiple players.
You've got the girl, Mackenzie Holmes from Indiana would probably...
Yeah. But
1B.
Alexis has got to be, third or fourth?
I think so, too. Yeah.
So, but I'll tell you what is locked up is Freshman of the Year, Natalie Potts.
Oh, she wins it again.
She's the Freshman of the Week. I think she's almost locked up Big Ten Freshman of the Year. But a big part of that is the job that Alexis Marowski does. They've started to play really well off of each other.
They have to really double Alexis in so many cases, and so that gives Nat some free shots at it, and she does a great job with that. But Alexis Marowski coming off another really good game on Saturday, and after that game, Jess got a chance to talk to her.
On the win, protecting home court. What did this one mean to you guys today here on Senior Day?
Yeah, you hope to send the seniors off with the W, and I thought we did that today. And Darian just has a little injury right now, but to get her on the floor too, and to have Husker Nation just kind of cheer for her the last time was super cool. So.
Not just the seniors, but just the emphasis of protecting the home court and continuing to go into the postseason. How important was this win for you guys?
Yeah, it's huge. We really want that double bye going into the Big Ten tournament. So we know that these last 4 we need to win, and our destiny is in our hands. And we have about a week off before our next game, and we're just going to start scouting next week, recover, take care of our bodies, and hopefully end up with a win in Illinois.
You guys got off to a great start. How big of that was an emphasis going into today?
Yeah, it always is for us. I feel like strong starts usually for us end up in wins, and especially with Minnesota, I think they have really good shooters on their team, and they didn't hit a 3 till about the end of the 4th, so I think that was also key in today's win.
Another double for you, and another day that you guys won the rebounding battle. How much pride do you guys take in that personally, that your team comes out with the win on the board?
Yeah, I think we're one of the best rebounding teams in the country, and that is something that we know. We need to out-rebound our opponent, and that's key all day, every day, at practice, in film, just talking about rebounding. But yeah, for me, that's what I feel like I bring to the table consistently, and that's what I do well for this team.
How about the balance today, too? I mean, you guys just really spread the ball around, and everybody was contributing today.
It's fun, like, to see everyone contribute and play, and to cheer for them. That's why I do it. That's why I love playing for this team and program. We just love to celebrate each other, and it's fun, like, especially for senior day. Just seeing Ani hit those three, Maddie having a great start. It's really cool to see.
All right, what do you guys need to accomplish this week? You're off for a week and a day before you take on Illinois for the final game of the season.
Yeah, I think we have a lot to work on with us going into Illinois and postseason play, just cleaning up a few things and executing and stuff like that. But I just think kind of mental, physical recovery will be huge, and then start prepping for Illinois.
What's gone into you guys kind of starting to put together and play some of your best basketball here these last few weeks?
Yeah, our motto all year has just been in the work, the win, and we've really just trusted the process, and there's been a lot of ups and downs along the way, but we've just kind of stuck through and stuck together, and I think that's why the whole year we've just relied on each other, trust our training, trust our coaches, and we're starting to peak at the right time.
Last thing, you came in with Jazz when she had transferred in, and just Maddie coming in. Ani has been here your whole career, and then Darian. What has the senior class meant to you personally, and how you, the player that you've become?
Yeah, they all have changed my life in so many different ways. They're so different. One of them's been here for a year, and one's been here for 2, one's been here for 3, and one's been here for 4. So definitely an interesting dynamic, but I'm going to miss them so much. I was talking to Jazz the other day, and I get really emotional just like think about her not being here anymore, because I've been a Husker only with her, and I've only known playing with Jazz Shelley. So, and even just Maddie Kroll, like our relationship, we're just best friends, and I just can't wait to see what all of them do in the future. And even Ani Stewart, we're both bigs. We challenge each other every day. And Darian just brought so much to this team as well. But yeah, I haven't been a Husker without the Jazz Shelley, so it makes me really sad to think about. But I'm just really excited for all of them and their futures.
Still got a few more games to play with them, so we're not done yet. But senior day, so appreciate your time, Blake.
Thank you.
There she is, Alexis Marowski. Talk about playing your best basketball. This team has put together a good stretch, and so continue on the upward trend, which is what you want. And we'll see. I hopefully they can get off that 8-9 seed as we talked. That's just a terrible matchup. I hate that matchup.
And I think 2 more wins will do it. I think winning it at Illinois Sunday would be big, and then winning whoever they play in Minneapolis round the first time they play, win that.
Illinois is still pretty good in the net, right?
They are.
It still would be a
They're
pretty
around
good
40.
win on the road.
Yeah.
So that would be
a quad
good
one.
resume, yeah. And then, if whoever you beat in the Big Ten tournament, surely that puts you over that.
They're kind of locked into that 4-5 seed for the Big Ten, which means a semifinal matchup with the Buckeyes. That's not going to be a piece of cake.
No.
They're really good.
Ohio State, I think, is...
in a bad matchup.
I think Ohio State's one of the toughest teams in the country. I think, and we've talked about it with Jeff Greash, Matt Coatney. Everyone seems to agree they're the best team in the Big Ten. They're just so hard to match up with. They're athletic, they're long, they press, and you can't simulate that when you're prepping for it. And they're old. They're so old. They've got like 6 graduate seniors that are playing on their team. That's just, in basketball, you just can't. It's why in both tournaments, really, but the men's tournament, you see so many upsets. A lot of those Cinderella teams that are making big runs because they're older guys that have played a lot of basketball.
Yeah,
so,
and Fred Hoiberg's team is old.
Yes.
In a lot of ways,
yes.
they are.
But I was just, that's what Ohio State women, they have so many experienced players that have played so long together, and so they're just such a tough matchup.
All right, phone lines, text lines open, 402-413-2400. Lots more to discuss this hour, but fine to tell you that you still have a last-minute chance to win a 2024 Porsche Macan from Porsche of Omaha. If you can make that full-court putt at halftime of the upcoming men's game against Rutgers to wrap up the home slate for the season. If you want information or rules, go to huskers.com/putt. We're back with more of the show next.
Maybe your hometown celebrates long-standing Swiss traditions. cow chip throwing, or even classic car muscle. Everyone has a hometown, and every hometown has a festival. Cenex wants to hear about yours. That's why we're launching the Hometown Throwdown. Tell us about your fest, and it could win $100,000. Learn more at CenexHometownThrowdown.com. Cenex, powered locally.
Husker fans, if you're looking for a fulfilling career that's financially rewarding and provides flexibility, your local insurance agency is hiring. No matter your skills or interests, there are opportunities for you in the insurance industry. Explore the many ways you can use your skills to protect your community by checking out the IIAN job board. Find your calling and be a part of an industry that makes a difference. Go to IIAN.org/careers today.
That's the best way I could describe how it felt for me when I would walk out of either the casino or the Keno parlor, is that you just felt that wave of heat, that wave of oppression kind of hit you, that wave of dread.
Mike is a former problem gambler.
Right away, you would always know that that drive home would be the worst moments of why. Why did I do this again? Why can't I stop this?
Help for problem gambling is free for Nebraskans and their families at lifeafterbet.com.
Hi, this is Husker National Champion and Super Bowl champ Tony Veland. Throughout my football career, chiropractic care helped my athletic performance on the field and kept me in the game. Today, regular chiropractic care keeps me healthy and active to do the things I love. Chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages. Make chiropractic your first choice to reduce pain, improve your mobility, and feel better naturally. It works for me, and it can work for you too. Learn more at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic.
Other irrigation companies are finally discovering what T&L Irrigation is known for decades. Continuous movement is the best way to irrigate. While they'll have you pay for complicated upgrades to get steady, even water application with their high-voltage electric systems, all T&L Irrigation pivots and linears are propelled safely and smoothly by powerful hydrostatic drive. Continuous movement isn't new, it's the T&L standard. Don't get talked into a reinvented wheel. Pick the proven original. Call your T&L Irrigation dealer today or visit TLIRR.com. T&L, like no other.
Woodhouse GMC is bringing you more for the new year. With every new GMC purchase from Woodhouse, we're including 3 years of scheduled maintenance. Plus, with our current finance offers going on now, you'll save even more. Receive up to $6,500 off MSRP on the 2024 GMC Sierra 1500 SLT. Woodhouse GMC. We are professional grade. With approved credit, must have 2010 or newer trade-in to qualify. $299 doc fee due at signing. Offer expires March 4th, 2024. See dealer for details.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Hi, this is Husker National Champion and Super Bowl champ Tony Veland. Throughout my football career, chiropractic care helped my athletic performance on the field and kept me in the game. Today, regular chiropractic care keeps me healthy and active to do the things I love. Chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages. Make chiropractic your first choice to reduce pain, improve your mobility, and feel better naturally. It works for me, and it can work for you too. Learn more at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic.
There's no community like a Cenex community, and that's why every Cenex store is so proud to serve theirs by supporting local athletic teams, promoting the arts, and making sure each store is a place its neighbors can find what they need, catch up with their friends, and stay connected. It's also why we give back, helping to make the wonderful places we call home the best they can be. Your local Cenex doesn't just work in your town, it lives there. The store next door, powered locally at Cenex.
I just remember leaving that day feeling absolutely exhausted. I was sick and tired of living that double life.
Mike is a former problem gambler.
The anxiety, the depression is real. You start thinking about the money, where that could have went to. It's never enough. I could win $10 million today, and I'd go back and try to win 20 tomorrow.
Help for problem gambling is free for Nebraskans and their families at lifeafterbet.com.
Woodhouse Lincoln wants to redefine your driving experience with our stunning lineup of Lincoln vehicles. Lease a 2023 Lincoln Nautilus for $499 a month for 39 months, 10,500 miles per year. Come visit us in store off 114th and Giles Road or online anytime at woodhouselincoln.com. With approved credit, security deposit waived, $1,500 down payment plus first payment, and $299 doc fee due at signing. Offer expires 2/29/2024. See dealer for details.
For farmers, productivity isn't an option, it's everything. And at Valley, we feel the same, delivering game-changing technology and irrigation solutions that advance agricultural productivity, with the results to prove it. From our leading irrigation technology to expert advice, you can always rely on Valley to bring out the best in your farm. At Valley, productivity isn't an option, it's everything. Visit your local Valley dealer or valleyirrigation.com today.
It's time for some Nebraska farm facts. Want to know a fast way to rev up our Nebraska economy while helping the planet? It's right in your tank. When you fill up with clean soy-based biodiesel, you're increasing Nebraska biodiesel production while reducing greenhouse gases by up to 74%. So look for biodiesel where you fill up. It benefits our air, our economy, and our farmers. This message is brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers, growing opportunity from the ground up.
We're back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you here on a Monday night. We talked about the men's basketball game yesterday, and first that had been happening. Well, it was a first to have a slam dunk contest with some members of the football team out there, and the head coach was right there rooting them along on the bench. How'd that go over? How was that? What was that like?
Oh, it was electric.
Was it?
Yes. It was funny. There's a lot of build up to it. Coach Rule was excited about it. They had all the cameras there. But I went over to the tunnel beforehand and just saw them, getting hyped up. And Hyberg brought in his basketball shoes. And they were, it was hilarious to watch them getting warmed up. And then it had to be, they run out in front of 90,000, but an arena like that, for a lot of these guys that played basketball, to get to do that again, and that's what Jeremiah Charles told me after, was, it made me miss it a little bit. For a lot of these guys start on the basketball court too, and so for them to go back and do that in front of Husker Nation and PBA in a sold-out arena, and them to be cheering the way that it was, and boy, yeah, Jeremiah Charles brought down the house. He was impressive.
So it was legit.
It was legit.
Okay. Did anybody embarrass themselves?
No, I don't think so.
Because it was Fedoni?
They all made a dunk.
Heinrich?
Yes.
Charles.
Emmett Johnson.
Emmett.
And Kai Wallen.
Kai Wallen was the one I couldn't tell who that was.
Yes. So Emmett, Coach Roll comes out and stands in front of the basketball
I saw a video of
court
this.
And tells Emmett to jump over him. And he's holding up the bones, like throwing the bones. Emmett misses the dunk, but he did jump over him, but he only got one try at that, and Coach Roll and sat back down.
Says, I'm not doing that. So Jeremiah Charles was the winner.
I saw a lot of people saying that was the best halftime show all season.
It might have been, right?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. A lot of times you see people go into the concession stand, and not a lot of people left
they stayed,
during halftime.
That's cool. Jeremiah Charles, your dunk champion.
Yeah. And just to think that he had just been competing with track and field.
Yeah, he was at the Big Ten Indoors in Ohio like the day before.
Yeah.
Wow, crazy. Let's head to the phones. Dave in Lincoln is up next. Good evening, Dave.
Hi, Greg. I got a question that I've never seen before. When our football team flies to another game, do they take the people that hand out the drinks with them?
Like the managers and stuff?
The girls and the guys.
Yeah.
You know how they run it.
Yeah, the whole crew goes. Sometimes those people, if we're like semi-close, they might put them on a bus and they're not on a plane. But yeah, for the most part, yes, they are on the plane.
Okay, that's what I want to know. If they were using our own or if it was somebody else.
No, we take our own. Absolutely. Yeah.
The other thing, are they still working in the southeast corner of the building?
Well, they're working on the Go Big. The Go Big project is still, it's not completed yet. They're still working on it. I know they want to totally get in there this summer, but it's not completely done yet.
Well, tell Trav Albers why he's got the equipment there to hang another big screen up there.
All right, we'll do that. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate the call. Yeah, there's a lot of people that travel on a football trip. I mean, it's like a mini army that's going on those football games. We're blessed to be able to have a seat or two on those planes, but there's a lot of people that go to help put a football game on.
Who is that?
I know. But yeah, all the managers, equipment people all go.
It takes a big group to execute a football game day.
It does.
And everything that goes into traveling and the prep work beforehand, the nutrition staff. It's a lot. And then you see the big truck. We waited because it was what I guess it was Minnesota. And our stuff went on first of the semi, and it took a long time for us to get to our radio. So there's a lot of stuff that travels.
Big story over the weekend was the court storm at Wake Forest. They upset Duke, came out. One of Duke's star players got kind of shoved to the ground. He was injured. I don't know how bad. I've not seen an update on him, but it's been a talk. I guess ESPN spent a lot of time on it all weekend long, even today on some of their morning shows about what to do. Should we ban this type of thing? Trev Alberts put out a statement through Nebraska Athletics today saying that the issue is not the home team and its fans. It is the safety of the visiting team. There is an area where you can do a better job as schools and as conference, and there must be clear protocol in place to make sure the opposing team gets off the court safely. It is important for schools to communicate their plan and that the opposing team adheres to the plan that is in place. Nebraska did change what they were doing to the visiting team after the Purdue court storming, and they were much more prepared when the same thing happened when the men defeated Wisconsin in February. So
and then
Nebraska
when the women defeated Iowa, both of those times they had a good plan, and it was followed and executed.
That's the key, and I don't know. It did not look like Wake Forest was very well prepared to get Duke off the court safely at the end of that game.
They must not have had a lot of confidence going into that they could win.
May not have.
But no, most arenas have tunnels every corner, and so you could easily get them with the security. You could get them to the closest corner and get them in and out and around underneath the concourse. I saw Jay Billis was saying that you need to start detaining people and you need to start holding people accountable, but I don't know. I don't know how you're going to be able to stop it.
Here court stormings have been going on for decades.
Why is it all of a sudden a big thing
Why
this
is
year?
it now become something that we got to fine people and put people in jail? I don't quite get it.
It's so much fun. It's such a cool part of the game.
Well, it's being a college. It's part of the college experience.
Yeah.
It makes the difference between. You don't see court storming in the NBA, because most of the people that are in NBA games are paying big time money to be there. They're not kids. They're not having. It's a different thing. It's what makes college cool.
And really, how many court storms do we see a year? 10?
Maybe 10. Yeah, maybe a few more than that. But
10 to 15? It's not like it's that many.
Well, and Jay Billis.
And this is the first time we're hearing. And, we go back to the Caitlin Clark one, but you can say that it was a little bit over dramatic.
Sure it was.
So I thought even the Duke one was a little over dramatic too. It looked like he ran into somebody and then I know he was caught up in the middle of it, but still, I don't know. How many times do people actually get hurt in it?
Well, and here's Jay Billis on ESPN. Doesn't ESPN show every court storm? And that's like
and they
part
go
of
back to it, and
that's part of their sports center or over and over. So they're kind of promoting these things, and then they want to come have all their talent go on the air and go, we need to get rid of these. Wait a minute, you're promoting it on your sports centers, and now you want to get rid of it. It doesn't make much sense to me.
Yeah, and as a player, to me, maybe I don't know why you'd run in the middle across the court. Like, don't you think you'd maybe be a little bit smarter about how you got off the court? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been court stormed before, but I would think that I wouldn't try to run into the masses.
Right. I would go the opposite direction. So, it just is amazing. I had some of the ESPN stuff on during the day today, and they were all over it. And, yeah, it's just, and I think Billis even said, he goes, ESPN, we kind of share in this because we promote these things when they happen. So now we want to pull it back. Kind of hard to do that. And again, it's been going on since I was in college. Now, now it's a big deal?
It's the field storming, the court storming. It's part of college sports.
That's right.
And I don't know, which it hadn't even stopped. The SEC has fines, right?
They do.
And so, but still, we even saw field storming happen with them last year, even despite the fines. So, I don't know.
Yeah, Mike on our text line says along those same lines, goalposts coming down. Will they ever happen in Lincoln again? Yeah, it will. It's going to happen again, Mike. And
Field storming?
I think we'll have a field storm.
But the goalposts lay down now, right?
They do. You can snap those things pretty quick.
I don't think I don't think the field goal posts are going anywhere.
Probably
but a field storming probably.
Yeah. And, we're kind of due for some of those. Hopefully we have some of those coming up.
Who would be on the
trying to think of
potentially this year's schedule?
Maybe Wisconsin here. UCLA, I don't think that would be a big enough game to get people, unless they're having a great year and they're ranking in the top 10. Wisconsin would be maybe one you might.
If they're ranked.
If they're ranked. And that's not in our control.
Or if it's a come-from-behind win or something.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. 402-413-2400. That's our Woodhouse Auto Family Hotline. They are your trusted auto partner. 20 brands, 20 convenient sales and service locations. We're making car buying on your terms. Visit us online at woodhouse.com. We're back with everybody's winners, weekend winners, coming up next.
Take your car buying experience to new heights with Woodhouse Mazda. Shop our full lineup of luxurious CUVs that will transform the way you travel, like the spacious and sophisticated Mazda CX-90 or the sleek and sporty Mazda CX-5. Plus, receive 0% APR for 60 months on select models of the 2024 Mazda CX-50 with approved credit. Tax title license extra when financed through Mazda Financial Services. $299 doc fee due at signing. Excludes SE and PF models. $500 regional conquest bonus cash for qualifying competitive vehicle owners. Offer expires February 29, 2024. See dealer for details.
Get ready to rule the field and revolutionize your farming game with Valley, the game changer in irrigation and ag tech solutions. With time and labor-saving measures, ground truthing results, and effective input reduction, Valley provides the perfect game plan so you stay ahead of what's in the field. From the best in irrigation and cutting-edge ag tech solutions to personalized support, Valley is your winning team. Visit your local Valley dealer or valleyirrigation.com today.
Don't miss out on limited-time appliance deals during the closeout event at Lowe's. Get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an extra $100 when you spend $999 or more on all major appliances. Hurry, these deals are too good to last long. Shop in-store or online today, because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 1/4 through 1/24. Selection varies by location while supplies last. See Lowe's.com for details.
Are you ready? It's Ford Truck Month, and we're celebrating 47 years as the best-selling trucks in America with special once-a-year offers on Ford F-Series, including the new 2024 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty, the North American Truck of the Year. It's time to celebrate America. This is Ford Truck Month. Get 1.9% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on F-150 plus a 5-year 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers. Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
For farmers, productivity isn't an option. It's everything. And at Valley, we feel the same, delivering game-changing technology and irrigation solutions that advance agricultural productivity, with the results to prove it. From our leading irrigation technology to expert advice, you can always rely on Valley to bring out the best in your farm. At Valley, productivity isn't an option. It's everything. Visit your local Valley dealer or valleyirrigation.com today.
Woodhouse Nissan makes shopping for your next vehicle simple. Browse our inventory, apply for financing, and more from the comfort of your own home. Right now, receive 0% APR for 36 months or 1.9% APR for 60 months on the 2023 Nissan Rogue SV. With approved credit, tax title license extra, $299 doc fee due at signing. When financed through NMAX/Infinity LT. Discounted price based on sale price of $31,620. VIN number PW351338. Offer expires 2/29/24. See dealer for details.
We are back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and a whole lot more. Acres solutions for every field. Tim in Minnesota said, I wonder if Coach Rural has any or much concern about players getting injured during the slam dunk contest I don't think you can live life like that, worried about a guy getting hurt doing something as simple as that. I just don't think he lets himself worry like that.
No, and, this is just a big part of what they do during this time to build the culture, camaraderie. Look at the amount of social media attention that also this program got yesterday. You don't think young recruits are looking at that and thinking, oh, that's fun, I want to go be a part of that. It was a cool event that I think they can utilize in recruiting. It also builds some of those bonds. There's just a lot of positive things that come along with it. In front of the basketball crowd, it's a neat bond between Coach Hoiberg and Coach Rule and the way that they support each other. There's a lot of benefits from it.
If he was concerned about somebody getting hurt, there's no way he would have let Polar Bear wrestle, right? I mean, that's where you could get hurt doing that.
Well, and they do this like Husker Olympics where they're playing other sports and competing, and it's part of what they do here throughout the off season leading into spring ball. But even think about guys could get hurt going out there playing 7-on-7.
That's exactly right.
Or running routes, and injuries could happen anytime.
Absolutely. You can't just live your life scared of stuff like that. Mark on our text line said court storming never used to be an issue because people weren't running around videotaping with their phones. They paid attention where they were going. Again, I don't know. Yep, some kids are running out there holding their phone up, but I thought you brought up a great point, too. After you'll see those mosh pits going on with the team that wins, and nobody seems to get hurt in that.
That's what Andy in the chat said. He goes, the funny thing about court storming is it's always the losers that are injured, and the winning team that's all up in the middle of it don't ever get hurt.
Right. So what's going on here?
It's not like the people that are storming the court are maliciously going out to hurt players.
No. They're trying to go celebrate with their fans and their own team.
Yeah.
At that time. Saw Andy in Phoenix. He tried to give me a baseball glove. Andy, I don't need this glove. I don't keep it.
Probably for decoration.
We got a glove right back there.
Oh.
So, yeah. All right, winners. Let's go. What do you got?
I'm going with Jeremiah Charles because he competes. He's a freshman, first time competing for Husker track and field. He finishes 5th in the triple jump, 6th in the long jump. And the men's team, they got back in it. It ended up being a tight race for the Big Ten title, and they would not have been that close had it not been for the points that Jeremiah Charles and Jalen Lloyd provided in those jumps, in their high jump and long jump, triple jump and long jump. And so he goes back-to-back days there and competes really well in his first time competing in the Big Ten championships. And he comes back a day later and competes in the dunk contest. I talked to him afterwards, and he was so funny, but he had nothing planned. The other guys all, I think, knew which dunks they were going to do, had practiced it. He said, I had no idea. I just was feeling it in the moment what I wanted to do. Had no legs, gets up there and just wows the crowd. It was cool, the reception that he got, and that's just raw, pure athleticism right there.
He's a freak athlete.
Yeah.
He really is. All right, Henry, I understand you have yours and Cole's.
I do. So I'll start with mine. I'm going to go with Jalen Worthley. He came up big after we gave up those runs in Game 4. And then Cole's is Josh Caron, who had 2 home runs in Friday's game.
And ended up with 11 RBIs for the weekend. He better get named Conference Player of the Week. That comes out tomorrow, but he had a great weekend. Jalen was awesome, the Lincoln East product, 3 shutout innings. Good job by him. He was kind of the hero of the game. On baseball as well, Bryce Matthews got into a spring training game with the Houston Astros yesterday. How about that? That had to be a special moment for him. Got to play some shortstop in that game. Good luck, Breezy. Keep going. Keep showing them what you got down there in pro baseball. That'll put a wrap on tonight's show. We're back with a full 2 hours tomorrow. We'll hear from Husker women's coach Amy Williams tomorrow night, and there is a new Kicking Back with the Cooks that is out. We'll play a part of that podcast tomorrow night as well. Thanks to Henry and Nicole and to all of you. Have yourself a great night.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
That's the best way I could describe how it felt for me when I would walk out of either the casino or the Keno parlor, is that you just felt that wave of heat, that wave of oppression kind of hit you, that wave of dread.
Mike is a former problem gambler.
Right away, you would always know that that drive home would be the worst moments of why. Why did I do this again? Why can't I stop this?
Help for problem gambling is free for Nebraskans and their families at lifeafterbet.com.
Farming today is a combination of hard work, innovation, and partnerships to help keep us moving forward. Sapp Brothers Petroleum has provided us with fuel, propane, and lubricants on the farm for many years.
For over 52 years, Sapp Brothers has been a reliable partner to thousands of farmers across our great state. We work hard to make sure our customers have the most reliable supply, provided in the safest manner and at the most competitive price. Trust Sapp Brothers Petroleum to protect your equipment and keep your farm fueled. Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Huskers Athletics and to serve Nebraska farmers and Husker fans across America's heartland.
A few drinks at home after work, a couple of hits at a party with some friends, over-the-counter drugs for a minor illness, a new daily prescription, and you're not quite sure how it makes you feel. It doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If it impairs you, driving becomes deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey Huskers, it's a new day in Nebraska. Manzer Equipment, Mertz Farm Equipment, and West Point Implement of Columbus have teamed up as True Ag and Turf. Coach Rule is bringing innovation and high-performance standards to Husker football, and True Ag is doing the same to your farm with game-changing Fendt equipment. As Big Red establishes power on the field, True Ag and Turf does the same in the field by welcoming Fendt to Nebraska.